Thank you for that kind introduction, Dean Williams, and good afternoon to everyone. Madison, wherever you are out there, great job with your comments. What an exciting day. I am extremely glad to be here. I'm grateful to share the stage with the U of A faculty, my wife, Kelly, and other members of the Board of Trustees. If I can go from a U of A student to commencement speaker at the Walton College, each of you can accomplish anything you put your mind to. In fact, when Dean Williams called and asked me to speak, I asked him if he ran out of important people to talk to, and he kind of laughed and he said it was actually Bring Your Spouse to Work Week, and so it was so nice that Madam Chairman decided to bring me with her. My journey from high school to this stage was not like most of you here today. I started college at Fayetteville. I had grand aspirations of becoming a doctor, and about a year and a half into my education, for personal reasons, I decided to leave Fayetteville and move back to Little Rock, which was my home. I enrolled at the University of Arkansas. I began working first as a bellman in a hotel and then waiting tables. I was debt adverse and realized I could not put myself through medical school without borrowing money. So I decided to try some business classes and realized that I had an aptitude for it. My finance degree ended up taking me 6 years, not the typical 4. It was not what I would call the traditional college experience, but it taught me how to work hard and manage my time. Then in 1991, something happened that would forever change my life. I joined Stephens Inc. I had long admired the Stephens family, their humble beginnings to great success. They had built this incredible investment bank, and I admired their relationship approach to investment banking. As Dean mentioned, I joined as the junior most person in the research department, ended up running equity research, and then was asked to run our investment banking department, which I co-headed or headed for almost 17 years. As Dean mentioned, today I'm responsible for all of Stephens Inc.'s revenue-facing businesses and report directly to the Stephens family. A couple observations I would share with all of you. I made a ton of mistakes along the way, which fortunately I learned from and tried to not repeat. I was also blessed with 2 terrific mentors, neither of which I'd met before joining Stephens. Those 2 individuals had a profound impact on my life. The teachings were not what I would always call pleasant, but they helped shape me into the man that I am today. One of those individuals was Warren Stephens, who has just become U.S. Ambassador to the United Kingdom. Looking back, I landed my dream job in 1991. I found an exceptional family to work for. In fact, I always tell recruits that come in, if a job can check 3 boxes for you, there's no reason you should ever consider leaving. Number 1, are they people that you trust? Number 2, is it a place that you can make a difference? And number 3, are you fairly rewarded for your work? Fortunately, Stephens checked all 3 of these boxes for me for almost 34 years. It's an exciting time to graduate. I think about how much has changed and how much will change over your careers. Everyone here has an incredible opportunity to chase their dreams. Walton College is a high-performance school. It has become one of the finest schools in America. It's named after and supported by one of the most successful families and one of the most successful business stories in the history of the world. The education that you've received has positioned each of you to successfully enter the workforce. Your degree will help you get your first job, but what I would tell you, it's not what will dictate your success. I would tell each of you that there are 3 things that will separate you in your professional success. Number 1, how hard are you willing to push yourself? Number 2, how much are you willing to get outside of your comfort zone? And number 3, how do you handle and learn from rejection? Let me unpack these for just a second. So number 1, how hard are you willing to push yourself? Let's face it, the real world is tough. It's competitive. If you want to win, you've either got to outwork your competition or outsmart them. By the way, I'm not just talking about pushing yourself on the things you really like to do. I'm talking about being the person in the office that's willing to do anything necessary to help the company get ahead. On the second one, how much are you willing to get outside of your comfort zone? You grow in 2 ways, failing and getting outside your comfort zone. We'll get to failing in a second. When you do things that are uncomfortable, like standing up and giving a speech like today, or calling a complete stranger, the more you're willing to push the limits, the more you'll grow. My wife and I have a personal trainer that we work out with together in the mornings, and the other day he said something: if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. And he said this to us after doing what felt like about 10 minutes of planks. And I felt, at the time I didn't want to hear his wisdom, but when I regained consciousness, I realized he's right. If it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. Finally, on how to handle rejection, failing and making mistakes is one of the ways that you grow. I've made many mistakes. All of you will make lots of mistakes. If you don't, you're not pushing hard enough. My advice is to own them and learn from them. Look at each failure or setback as one step closer to success. Always remember that life is going to have its ups and downs. That's part of it. The key in all this is to keep growing, always asking yourself, am I a better me today than I was yesterday? For many of you, today is the end of your formal education. I challenge each of you to remember that life is not a dress rehearsal, so make the most of it. So I asked myself, what do I wish somebody told me when I was graduating? And I came up with several things. Number one, find a career that you love and aggressively pursue it. If you do something you love, it will never feel like you're working. Two, success takes time and it doesn't happen overnight. From this day forward, your life will be a marathon and not a sprint. Don't rush it. Think of your career as building a building. What's the first thing you do when you're building a building? You dig a foundation, and you dig a hole and you put a foundation in. The better the foundation, the more floors that your building can support. Number three, always remember that your reputation is your most valuable asset. It takes a lifetime to build and can take a matter of minutes to be destroyed. Don't ever do anything to harm it. Four, be grateful for the gifts that you've been given and always carry a positive attitude. I'm convinced that being grateful makes you happier. It also makes you more willing to pick yourself up when you get knocked down. Be grateful for your friends, your family. They'll always be there for you when times get tough. Number five, find a mentor. Locate the person when you start working that you most admire and work to emulate and learn from them. It doesn't have to be some fancy, formal program. Mine never was. Set high goals. Figure out what's important to you and set high goals to help you attain it. I've always loved the quote from Michelangelo: the greatest danger for most of us is not that we aim too high and miss, it's that we aim too low and reach it. All of you are business majors. Save money from the start. You understand the power of compounding, use it to your advantage. And finally, live a well-rounded life. Focus on balancing your health, friendships, your family, and your work. Good luck as you leave here today. Remember to thank your family for the sacrifices they've made to help give you access to such a high-quality education. It's been an honor talking with you. Congratulations. Now go make a difference in the world. Thank you.